All right, hello everyone. So this is discussion post 2 for week 2, and we needed to design 3 writing prompts that are specific to our content area. My content area is physical education, PE. The first writing prompt that I came up with was kind of like an online sheet that has drag and drop to complete the story. It could be a story about anyone. For my discussion posts, I've decided to focus on the lesson plan of weightlifting. So the story could be, the history behind weightlifting, maybe a story about a weightlifting coach who's pretty famous, and maybe his journey to understanding how to become a coach, all of the studying that is behind it, getting to know all the information on how to become a coach, the material. So I thought that would be kind of like a fun way to use like technology in like a writing setting. The second one is a free write where students can write about, different muscle groups that they would like to focus on. They'd have to do like a little research about that specific muscle group, and the lifts that they should be using to hit those muscle groups. So that one is kind of like a free write where they could maybe, use technology. They could use books. They could use like personal interviews to kind of receive that information and then be able to, they could write it as like a story. They could write it as a research paper. They could have a little bit more freedom with that, have a little bit more fun with that one. And then my last one for a writing assessment was like kind of like a PowerPoint presentation. It could be that same thing. It could be, a PowerPoint about a story, about a famous coach. Maybe it could be about the history of weightlifting. It could be about a weightlifter. The PowerPoint could include anything from, when weightlifting became a thing, what material was first used to create weights. It could be about certain lifts that they would like to get more information on, and they can do research on it. But all these would be using that literacy skill of reading, of writing. The last one, PowerPoint presentation, they would have to present it. Well, they would really have to present any of them. But that could be speaking. So they could all use, any of those skills. They're all using that writing skill. But those were those 3 writing prompts that I thought would be, could be pretty useful to my content area, which is, again, physical education.